Let's get back to Brussels now and continue our conversation about what is happening with the European banking sector. We're joined for an exclusive interview with Magdalena Rzeczkowska, the Polish Finance Minister. She joins us now. Minister, thank you very much indeed for your time, first of all. The German Chancellor on Friday in Brussels making it very clear that he has no concerns about the German banking system. Do you have any concerns about the Polish banking system?
Thank you very much for inviting me, for having me here. I will just repeat the words of Chancellor Olaf Scholz. I have no concerns about the Polish banking system, which is resilient and with strong capitals and strong liquidity. Of course, we have our challenges, but as I said, our Polish banking system is resilient. We have the same legal framework which concerns all the European banks. So it is also good to have in mind the statement of the supervisory institutions of European Union banking sector, ECB and other authorities, that the banking system in Europe is resilient. And the same concerns Poland.
I mean, I'm sure that Switzerland would have said that about Credit Suisse, though, a couple weeks ago as well. In fact, it did say that. One area of concern, though, for Poland specifically are Swiss-franc mortgages. Moody downgrading a unit of Commerzbank because of them. What's the risk there, and does there need to be a legal solution?
As I said, the Polish banking system has his own challenges, and one of the issues which is closely monitored by our security institutions, supervisory institutions in Poland, is the FX mortgages, Swiss franc mortgages. And the problem has started several years ago with the judgments of the Polish courts, which were making their judgments on favor of the clients, and also banks in Poland has started settlements with clients, which was the idea of the National Supervisory Authority, KNF, over Polish banking sector. And today we have a situation on which we are waiting. On one side, we are waiting for the new judgment of the European Court of Justice on the banking sector in Poland and on the Swiss francs mortgages, which can slightly change the situation. But banks, it's not a process which is in one point of time. It is a process of the settlements, of the court judgments. So banks have already built up reserves for those settlements, and they still have time also to prepare for the situation. But we are also working on a legal solution here, but the situation is slightly different than, let's say, in 2019, when the first legal solution was proposed and was not accepted by all the parties, because at this time we are in the process of, as I said, settlements and court orders, court judgments in this area. So it would be more difficult, but the situation is closely monitored. There is no major risk in the Polish banking sector. The sector is resilient and with strong capitals and liquidity.
Minister, one of the reasons why banks around the world are struggling is because interest rates have been raised as quickly as they have. The latest inflation data out of your country, 18.4%. We're seeing a re-acceleration of inflation in Poland. Is enough being done to tackle this inflation threat? And do you think the government needs to be very careful in terms of what it does on spending to make sure that it doesn't make the situation worse?
First, let me start with that of course, inflation in February, it was 18.4%. But according to Ministry of Finance, but also according to first of all, the National Central Bank, and also to other economists, this is the highest inflation in this year. And the inflation should drop down and be lower next month, reaching at at the end of the year one-digit number, and we of course hope for that. So was it done enough by the central bank? I think so. The interest rates they reached the point of 6.75%, and it was all what could be done at the internal, let's say, Polish market, because it is very important to say that the biggest part of that inflation derives from the increase of energy prices and food prices. And this is we call it imported inflation. So on these two elements, so energy prices and food prices, it's rather the action of other central banks, like European central banks or American Fed. The raising of interest rates by those banks is having an effect on those parts of inflation, which we can see also in Poland. Yes. The situation on the energy market prices and also the food prices are stabilizing, and the prices are going down. So and also inflation in Poland will go down, and it's also because of the monetary policy of the central Polish bank, but also due to the slowdown of economy. So inflation will go down.
Minister, before we let you go, I just wanted to get your understanding as to the rule of law and what it means for the Polish economy. There are billions of dollars worth at stake, billions of euros worth of stake here. How critical is it that the government resolves this dispute with the EU?
Of course, EU funds are very important for Poland, and we have this dispute over the rule of law and the judicial system, the judicial law, which has been changed according to the requirement of the European Commission, and it is now at the stage of the judgment of the Constitutional Court in Poland. So all the milestones which were necessary for releasing the RRF funds for Poland were already there, but we are of course waiting for the judgment of the Constitutional Court in Poland. But we are receiving the RRF money, so the Polish recovery plan is only part of money which we receive from the European Union, European Commission. We have also cohesion funds which advanced are being paid for Poland. We are in the process of defining the projects and also to certify the money. So it is the bigger part, and not waiting for the EU money for as far as recovery plan is considered. We are spending our national money, money coming from the support which was given to traders during the pandemic-19, and we are realizing the projects because green transformation and transformation is the most important. We are doing this.